we have a challenge for you, Mr. Mohammad Abbas.
Yes, Imam Hussein TV, Apple, Shia Vibes, chair. And I need to put those words into a poem.
Let's see how you did.
We can write a poem together now.
You feeling confident, Sukhni?
I'm not, but I want to learn. I'm generous like a mother's prayer, strong like a storm, calm like its silence. Who am I?
What was your experience like on the Shia Voice? Because you were there season 1, wasn't it?
I didn't realize there'd be a crowd until I got there.
No way.
What are some of the mistakes that beginners make?
If you're going to recite about Ahlul Bayt, do your research.
I'm going to say this to the camera. Writing poetry or saying, do it properly.
Half-hearted.
Half-hearted, and it comes off terrible.
No, but you're right. Do you know what? Poetry is really, really strong with our religion and culture.
The Imams themselves used to recite poetry on the battlefield.
There's a very famous saying that says, people won't remember the words you say, they'll remember how you made them feel.
Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, and welcome to the Shia Vibes Podcast, the podcast that discusses different themes, topics and subjects within the Shia community. On this episode, we are diving into the world of poetry. Yes, our community has been blessed with many poets, the likes of Nouri Sardar or Tahir Adil. And on this episode, we have a Shia Voice finalist, as well as a very familiar face in Northwest London and on Imam Hussein TV3, a good friend of the channel, and that is Mohammad Abbas Jaffer. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and welcome to the Shia Vibes Podcast.
Wa alaikum salam. It's good to be here.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
Saruche.
All right, boys, relax. Please relax. Take it easy.
Also joining me on the podcast, my brother in faith, my brother in walaya, my brother in azar, it is Hussain. Sukhni, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Pir Mawla Ali Madad.
Shlonkum.
Alhamdulillah. Let's do that. Yeah, let him
Chill out.
How are we doing, gents?
We're doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're doing good. It's good to be here.
I just want to say thank you for coming. I know it's a school night and you're
It's a cold night.
Yeah, don't tell the head teacher.
It is. But Mr. Mohammad Abbas, I was going to say the
My
P
teacher
word.
name.
The P word, which is Panju. Mohammad Abbas Jaffer. Poetry is, in the West, something very celebrated. It's taught in our schools. Famous poem when I was growing up, I think everyone studied it, was Sticks and Stones.
May break my bones for words.
Yeah, would never hurt me. I think that's the one we did. I remember even for English literature, GCSE, there was a whole book on poems we had to go through. Coming towards Islam, poetry was very prominent in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Quran was the miracle, and what was the, poetry at that time, even though the Quran is not poetry, is the word of God, but it was challenging the poetry at the time. Even when it comes to remembering about Hussain alayhi salam, the Na'i is poetry and Latmiyat. And
the Imams themselves used to recite poetry on the battlefield when they would go somewhere. Yeah.
So poetry is really strong with our religion and culture. What got you into poetry? What was the first steps for Mohammad Abbas to be like, you know what, I want to write a poem?
To be honest, it was so long ago, I barely remember what the first poem I wrote, or what the first spark was. Yeah, I've always written poetry.
Okay.
But what's fairly new for me is reciting poetry. It's two different things, right?
Presenting.
It's two different skills you need. So there's one where there's a written poem, the poem you read, the poem you did in your GCSEs. And then there's the poetry that you see someone stand in front of the mic and recite.
Yeah.
So you're saying performing is a lot more different to, I guess, practicing in your bedroom.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, because if you're writing the poem, you can have someone that doesn't know how to talk on the pulpit reciting it and just kills the whole vibe of the poem.
You know what it is? It's like, it sounded better in my head. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people who are not confident in reciting poetry will be, they write it and go, in my head it sounded amazing, but when I actually practiced in front of the mirror, it was atrocious.
But it's two different skills, because you look at reciters in other languages, you have the poet, and then you have the person who recites that poetry. Like Latmiya or Noha. There's two separate people, right?
It's true. Yeah. Like, for example, Mullah Basim brings a lot of the poetry to life. Depends
Yes.
how they, makes sense.
Exactly.
So what sort of poetry do you actually like reading? Do you prefer Western poetry or Islamic poetry?
So I did English at A levels, and then I carried on doing English at university. Yeah,
That's a killer.
but I enjoyed it.
That's
I enjoyed
a lot of reading, no?
Yeah, I didn't do it, but if you do the course properly, there's a lot of reading.
Dirty skippage. Skipped
No.
half the class.
But yeah, Western poetry.
So I
or
did a
Eastern
lot of
poetry?
Western poetry like during that time,
Okay.
like your
Keats.
Keats, Wordsworth, like your old poets, but also fairly recent ones as well.
What's his name?
Samuel Heaney.
Okay. I was gonna say Benjamin, that Birmingham Rasta. What's his name?
Zephaniah.
Zephaniah.
Yeah, he was in Peaky Blinders, right?
Yeah. He was in
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders. He's a great poet.
Yeah, marhum now though. He passed away.
But he was actually really good. Like,
Like
he got a
that?
knighthood for his poetry.
Seriously?
Yeah, they wanted him to be an MBE, and he said no. He rejected it. But yeah, his poetry is actually really good. Yeah. Sorry, please.
Yeah. So all of them, like study their poetry.
Okay.
When
you mean study, what are you looking at? You're looking at wordsmithery. You're looking at are the use of meaning, double barrel meanings. What do you mean by-
Wordsmithery. I like
That
that
is
word.
research.
That's a poetic word as well.
Is it? I just made it up.
I think you did. Yeah, so like looking at their words and why they've chosen certain words and the meaning, like the hidden meaning behind their poetry. So that was my course. That was my degree.
Do you ever look at like rhyming patterns? And
Yeah.
If they use like the amount of syllables in one line, and do they replicate that or not? Or
Yeah, and then not just do they do it, why do they do it? So why does this poem rhyme? Why does this poem not rhyme?
That's a good question because same it applies to Arabic as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
It depends. You count the syllables
Yeah.
and it has to, not all the time, but it has to match. But some poems, no, they don't. So I'm guessing.
And in English, some of the English poetry that I hear, like I'm sometimes asked to judge poetry. That's what people find the hardest, to get the syllables right. Because if you get the syllables wrong, it doesn't sound right. Right? There's one sentence shorter than the other or longer than the other. It doesn't flow.
is that like an unwritten rule?
I think syllables are more important than people think. But I don't think people think about them. But
I think
it's really
it
hard.
comes natural to the
It comes
ear.
natural.
Yeah.
And if you're writing for a tune,
That's even harder.
No,
it's
it
even
has
harder
to.
and it's even more important.
No, it has to. It has to
Then
be
it
the
has
same
to.
syllables. Because if you're doing Latin and there's like a little beat, you know what I mean?
The
You
rhythm has to
you
match,
can't
yeah.
be extra words, because then it's like, okay, that sentence they hit their chest 3 times or 4 times, and now they're gonna hit them 6 times.
It just musically to the ear, it sounds wrong. It won't
Yeah.
sit
it
well.
won't flow
it won't
right.
sit well.
It
Yeah.
won't flow. It needs to flow
Exactly.
properly. Oh, I never thought of it like that. But yeah, do you prefer Western or Eastern? Do you study Eastern poetry?
I didn't study Eastern poetry, but
Rumi or any
I didn't
other
study
ones?
it. But I read. I've read Rumi, but recently I read more like the English translation to
Okay. What about,
Latmiya, Haid al-Bayati's ones. And
what about Ilama Iqbal? These are famous Pakistani poets.
no,
Founders of our
I've
country.
not got there yet.
Ghazali is another one, I think. He writes for poetry.
So
he
yes,
also
like
Farsi.
snippets of them translated into English. Yeah, but not studied. This is more for inspiration. I do it.
So, what's your relationship like with poetry?
I've always loved it, but I've never actually gotten into it, if that makes sense. It's one of them.
So you're an admirer.
I'm an admirer, but it's one of the ones where I keep telling myself, I need to study this. You know, I need to understand it a bit more, especially with the Arabic poetry. English, not really interested. It's not interested. I haven't really vibes with it until some of our youth started coming up with bars. One of them sitting next to me here on the sofa.
Mashallah.
Bars. Like when I tell you, when he dropped some of the poems, I'm like, oof, the way they come out of
He
there.
did this one in front of me in Minhal. He went through the alphabet. A, B, C, like that.
I think I was there.
Oh my.
I think I was
it was,
there
it
for
was
that.
an RA.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that blew me away. That was amazing, that one.
Yeah, you don't hear
That's
much.
real talent.
You don't hear much of poetry like that, and that's what sort of got me more into listening to English poetry. It was new to my ear. It felt odd to my ear initially as well. But yeah, for me, mainly Arabic. But again, a lot of the words that I use, especially in Fusha Arabic poetry, flies over my head.
Do you know any of the rules of the Fusha Arabic poetry? Like sometimes there's a certain poem that they do in Arabic where they use the same word at the end.
That's called an ubudiyya. It's a play on words.
Yeah.
So they're basically puns. It's just a play on words, and then so I think it's the first 3 lines that have the same sounding word at the end, or the same word that has a different meaning depending on the context of the line, and the 4th line will just conclude it. Ubudiyya. And there are some poets that will connect 5-6 ubudiyat. So the first ubudiyya, that final line, the final word of that final line will sort of kickstart the next ubudiyya.
That's a skill, right? That's a skill to be able to do that.
That's a crazy skill, man.
That's
and it just
madness.
keeps going. And it's all relevant to each other. It's not just random words.
Indeed. And speaking about skills, we have a challenge for you, Mr. Mohammad Abbas.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard.
Yes, indeed. So what we'd like you to do, we're going to give you the whole episode. We're going to give you a few words.
Okay.
What we'd like you to do is incorporate those words in a piece of poetry. So if you don't mind, we're going to get you a piece of pen and paper for you to write on. And you're going to have 3 words we're going to give you. So the words that I'm going to give you is, let's start off with Imam Hussein TV. Mr. Zuckli, do you have a word?
My word, I like the vibe that you're going for. It's very interesting. My word is apple.
Apple. Interesting.
Can't make it too easy for him.
The apple of my eye.
Nope. Now I'm going to have to change the word.
No. That's very Arab of you. Final word, Shia Vibes.
Shia Vibes.
Yeah, so we've got Imam Hussein TV, Apple, and Shia Vibes. And hopefully by the end of the episode, you would have written us something. So please take your time.
Can I throw in a curveball?
Oh.
Another word. Chair.
Oh. Interesting.
Oh, man, we've got a poet here, man. We can't just give you as a...
Yeah. Right. We're going to carry on with the
You
conversation.
carry on.
But feel free to jot down and write as we're having the show.
Okay, fine.
At the end, inshallah, we'll have a nice piece. But what I was going to ask was, did Western poetry ever play an influence in your poetry or in your love of poetry? For example, I grew up, and I have no shame in saying this, watching Def Poetry Jam, which was absolutely amazing. It was full poetry, right? So there's no music or anything like that. It's famous. It was famous artists or poets. Some were poets. Some were people you'll see on mainstream in the music industry who will come, who have written pieces and perform in front of a crowd. And some of their stuff was absolutely mind-blowing. Did you ever get involved in anything like that? Did you watch any poetry slams, or did you attend, or did you ever, go to a poetry club or something at uni?
So no to the poetry club, but yeah, I watched things like that.
Yeah.
Spoken word poetry. Around the time I was at university, I got into that type of poetry.
Yeah.
So whilst the Shakespeare and the Wordsworth is for studying, the, like you said, Def Jam poetry or the spoken word poetry is for like inspiration or for just enjoyment.
I found it very contemporary.
It's about real life. Yeah.
They were targeting issues that we face in modern day, and some of the skill and the wordsmithery that they had was phenomenal, out of this world. There was a guy, I remember this one, I forgot his name. His poem was called A Penny for Your Thoughts, and it was mind-blowing, his poetry. That was really good. And there was another guy, I think his name was Sean. He did something for to celebrate black women and how women are being, how they're shown on television compared to how he grew up with women like his mother and aunties and stuff like that. He got a standing ovation after that. There was another sister about, she was in hijab as well. She did something about the conflict in Palestine. She got a standing ovation. It was really good.
This is the role of poetry, right? It's not just something you listen to and enjoy and then walk away. Poetry is like, since the beginning of time, has been there to talk about these issues or to change people's minds or to stand up to oppressors, share messages.
Yeah, I've actually seen, heard a lot of stories, and sometimes when I watch documentaries, a lot of time, kings and dictators and emperors of old, they would actually have their poets executed in certain times or have them imprisoned because of the influence they have through their poetry on the people. But at the same time, they'd use them as tools to sort of influence
propaganda machines.
Yeah. Crazy. Poetry has an immense influence.
There was one, I don't know if it's a king or if it's a caliph, he would give him gold for writing poetry, and it depends on the weight of the paper. So whether they write on on something, and if he liked the poem, he said, weigh it and give that amount in gold. And this guy, he wrote it on a rock. And he goes to him, he goes, I wrote this poetry, and he recited it. He goes, do you like it? He goes, yeah, it's really good, mashallah. You know, can I have the gold? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you can have the gold. He goes, where's your paper? Where have you written it? And he goes, it's on that rock over there.
Did he get paid?
He got paid. And after that,
executed.
they stopped it. They stopped it after that. But yeah, poetry was always celebrated. I think even, correct me if I'm wrong, Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, it starts off with a poem, no?
Well, the whole thing rhymes, isn't it? Like it's
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Well, there you
Like
go. The whole thing's a poem.
The whole thing's a poem. All of Shakespeare's, majority of Shakespeare's plays
Or poems.
rhyme. So it's like rhyming couplets or quatrains or So it's all rhyming. Macbeth,
Pretty good.
Romeo and Juliet, yeah.
Macbeth, Othello, Romeo
Hamlet.
and Juliet. Some of them very, very sad, emotional. Have you ever cried, or has a poem that you've written ever touched you so much that it brought you to tears?
Before you recite it on stage.
So you're writing.
While you're writing
yeah.
it.
Yes, but I don't think it's because of my poetry, but because of the topic I'm writing
Okay,
about.
fine.
When you think about Karbala,
Yeah.
or any other one of the shahadats, it's the event that makes you cry rather than the poetry.
True.
So yeah, I have.
Wow.
But also on the flip side, so I spoke about shahadat, but also sometimes, and it's a bit rarer, it's less likely, but poetry that's fadail, and it's tears of joy, but like how lucky we are to be on this path, that we have people like this.
Yeah.
Ali Haq.
Yeah. Have you ever given yourself a Nara Haidari in the room? Just right. Just
Practicing in the mirror.
You should. We should get you a soundboard or
Couple
something.
of
You press the button.
Just press the button.
Wow.
Just press the button.
Subhanallah.
You're violating that something.
I'm not. I love it. It's a vibe, man. It's a vibe. That's the whole point. They create the atmosphere in the program.
Do you
But
think
you
it's
need that, what I've learned since reciting, like in front of a crowd, if the crowd is silent, it's so much harder standing there
Yeah.
and reciting. You're like,
It's gonna be a
they don't
long
want me
day.
to
That's
be
why
like,
I asked you when he said, have you cried off stage? Because it makes a difference. Because sometimes you might find your poem or one of the poems not the best of your works, but if the whole crowd is going at it, the atmosphere is gonna, sort of pass on to you as well.
Yeah, and it's, especially for that, it's enjoyable to stand there and to recite when the crowd is with you and they're coming with you. But if the crowd is quiet and flat, then it's much harder.
Who's got the best crowd?
That's exactly my question. Where's your best crowd been?
Your ones.
Really?
Thank you very much. We'll take that.
Your ones. Where's that? Rasul Alam?
Also, that one for you. Yeah.
No. Really? Ari?
Are you
It's
quick?
a
Bro,
good
why do you
crowd
sound
there.
surprised?
Ari, yes, it is quite
Ari's
animated.
got the greatest crowd
Very animated. Shout out to the Ari gang. Yeah, very animated
for,
on the Mawlud.
for Shahadat and for the Mawlud. They give haqq.
More than
to
Pakistanis,
the-
though.
Pakistanis.
And you know what? Pakistani has to be Urdu or Punjabi.
Urdu,
the English
Punjabi.
one ain't gonna work
It's not going to work.
as well.
It's still in its infancy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That people are just getting used to it.
Yeah. Like how we were 20 years ago. Just like English, not too sure.
But-
And then now English has got to be done. We have to do English
Yeah.
sort of thing. Yeah.
But the language itself isn't like Punjabi, Urdu, Arabic. It's not a poetic language.
So it's
English
very
isn't.
basic. Yeah.
Yeah, someone, because I hope you don't mind me mentioning this. Shia Voice season 3, Fatima Hall was the poet. She mentioned as well that English is a language of business. It was used for trade, buying and selling, and really colonials taking over lands and stuff. It's not a literacy language. It didn't evolve around literature and, like I said, poetry. For example, Urdu comes from a mix of Turkish, Arabic, Farsi, which all have strong poetic roots in their language.
Correct.
Hence why Urdu is the poetry in Urdu is really, really
100%.
rich.
Right. That's what I've noticed. A lot of people who attempt poetry in English, Shia boys who attempt poetry in English, they
Struggle?
they struggle. They use poetry as in Arabic as a foundation. as opposed to using English poetic rules, because they differ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do.
the rules differ, the style differs. So me being one of the people, if I was going to write a poem in English, I'll think about some of the poems in Arabic, get the similar vibe from them, and then just write it down. So it's more like not translating, but translating the meaning, the idea sort of thing. But to actually have English rules, like Shakespeare, and use that as the foundations of you writing your poetry, that's a whole different ballgame. And I think that's what we need, because we're going to be here for generations, whether we like it or not. There's generations of Shia being born here. There's a lot of Shia reverts. There's a lot of Shia who are going to be English. You know, they're born here. They're born in the West. To resonate with them, to connect with them more, you're going to have to speak in there.
What do you think, Mohammad Abbas? Do you think with the poetry scene and the direction it's going in, we need to adopt more English rules and styles to the poetry?
I think.
I hope you guys are liking the discussion. Here at the Shia Vibes Podcast, we want to say thank you to all of you guys who have been getting involved, supporting us over these last episodes. But we need more interaction from you guys. So make sure you're subscribing to the TikTok, the YouTube, and the Instagram page. If not, there's a QR code somewhere here. Scan that. That'll take you straight to our social media. Furthermore, tell us about your opinions. Tell us what you like about the Shia Vibes Podcast. Tell us what you don't like. Maybe you've got a suggestion for a topic which you're edging to hear us talk about. Whatever it is, put it in the comment section. Inshallah, we'll do our best to respond and be part of the Shia Vibes experience. Thank you so much again, guys, and keep joining us and keep vibing with us.
That the beauty about poetry is that you don't necessarily need to have rules. English poetry, what I like about it is if you want it to rhyme, it rhymes. If you don't want it to rhyme, it doesn't have to rhyme. If you want to do rhyming couplets, do it. Or you could do 3 lines that rhyme or 4 lines that rhyme. Or you could make a whole paragraph that rhymes. You can have rules or you don't have to have rules. So if you look at some of my poetry, it's all different, right? Because you can just play around. That's what I love, right? You can just play with words. There isn't a set way that you have to do it, because there's no tune. There doesn't have to be a tune,
you
right?
Set the pace, you set the pace.
You set the pace. But what I've started doing, if I hear a tune, either an Urdu Noha or a Latmiya in Arabic or Farsi, if I like the tune, I'll take that as a chorus. My voice isn't good enough to recite it, but I'll take the chorus, the tune. Example. Okay, I need to find it. I need to find the exact words. But you know, Basim Karbalai recites Ruhi.
Beautiful.
Okay, yeah, very famous.
Yeah?
I think
Very
all of us know
famous
that
one.
one.
So for the Shahadat of Sayyidah Fatima, just changing the word Ruhi to Zahra.
Okay, yeah, it works.
I need to get the words in my head. This is one thing I
think
find hard.
Sukni's really familiar with that. Go and recite it.
روحي مشتاقة وبعيد الدرب روحي
You recite, find it.
In the rhythm. روحي.
بعيد الدرب روحي واللي ينتظر ليلة صعب. The one who waits one night, it's difficult. روحي وأحبابي بديار الغرب, and my loved ones are in the homes of strangers.
Wow.
روحي.
Wow. MashaAllah.
Yeah, bro, يعني باسم.
And then you change that to Zahra.
Yes, I changed it to I'll do it. The thing is, my voice isn't the best.
Doesn't matter.
But
It's
I
a work in
realised-
progress.
Do you know some people?
We respect that.
Some people say, "Oh, don't recite because it ruins a bit." But like,
No.
You're here for such a short
You have
time.
to. Go on.
Bismillah,
I
go
don't
for
care.
it.
I
So I love to hear.
Accent.
Okay. So this is Masaib.
Okay.
Zahra, we will always remember your door.
Allah.
The nail and the skin that it tore.
Allah.
Wow.
We will never forget you, Zahra. Zahra. We remember your blood on the floor.
Allah.
How you lost the child that you bore.
Allah.
We will never forget you, Zahra.
سلام الله عليها.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad
Son.
wa ala. That was beautiful.
So use the
was
Arabic
so
as a
good.
foundation.
So the tune's the Arabic tune,
Yeah.
but English words in place of
So
the Arabic
what
words.
sort of challenges did you come across doing that? Because maybe you thought in your head, right, these are the syllables, that's the rhythm, this is how it fits. So your word selection was it challenging?
So syllables is key. You need to make sure the syllables. That's the hardest bit because you need to make what you want to say fit, but also you need something that's quite catchy that if you're reciting in a crowd, that people can recite with
Yeah,
you.
it won't be difficult on their tongues
Exactly.
for them to,
And to learn, and it has to be quite easy. So it's a few things. Yeah.
Okay,
And
yeah.
And how long does it normally take then for you to write something like that? Or any of your poetry, for that matter?
So sometimes I have ideas in my head and I don't write, like they're just there for weeks or months. And then I write it and it can take some time. On the flip side, I've had people who, like just this past Muharram, I got a phone call from someone at about 10 p.m. at night saying, can you recite at a family majlis tomorrow? And I said, yeah, sure, I can recite.
Wow.
Because I've got bank of poetry, right? So
Okay.
I said, I'll recite. And he said, please, can you recite on Aliyun al-Akbar? And I said, look, I don't have, he wanted 10 minutes. So I don't have a 10-minute poem on Aliyun al-Akbar. I've got a few lines and then I'll recite maybe by Imam Hussein afterwards. And he said, okay, no problem. And he rings me back at 11 and he's like, my wife says, no, please. So I was at work the next day. Program was like 8 p.m. at night or something. So I got home like 6 o'clock. And in those 2 hours, alhamdulillah, I wrote a 10-minute poem on Ali al-Akbar.
ChatGPT.
I try, do you know what? I try really hard. I'll tell you what, I've never used ChatGPT, but I use this website called Rhyme Zone.
Oh, does that help?
It helps.
And was that just like check your...
No, so I have words that I want to use, and
It'll help you find rhyming words.
If I type the word in, it gives me like big list of rhymes or half rhymes, because like you might see when I do this poem at the end with the words you've given me, you don't have to do full rhymes. You can do half rhymes.
Okay.
So for example, let me give you an example.
So you don't say the full word?
You look at the vowel sound in the word.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for example, place.
Yeah. Face.
Face is an exact rhyme.
Yeah.
Right? Face, mace, race. They're full rhymes.
Yeah.
Now half rhyme. If you look at the vowel in the word, the vowel is A. So fame.
Oh, face and fame.
Yeah.
Ah, they sound similar, innit?
Half rhyme.
Face,
Brave.
Fame, brave.
Which opens up the possibilities
Yes.
so much more. You've got so many more words to play with, right? Double rhymes are the hardest.
Okay. That's when you're...
When you've got two words at the end of a sentence,
And you want to rhyme both of them.
and then you rhyme them, and then you rhyme them again, and as many times as you can.
Example?
Very
What's it
easy.
Okay, so
Double.
there's a poem I've written on Imam Hussein,
Okay.
alayhi salam, and the word is.
Well, you could use Hussein, can't you? Hus and saying the two syllables. Would
So
that be...
you could do Hussein, but I've done the word. I can't remember what the first word is, but it's like necklace is one of the words.
Okay, necklace.
So necklace. So now give me another rhyme with necklace. It has to rhyme with neck and less, like neck.
Faceless.
Nah.
But that face doesn't rhyme with neck.
Neck has to rhyme and less has to rhyme. So necklace,
Necklace. Helpless. No.
trick,
Neck, oh.
trick, mess,
While you're thinking.
trickless. Wow, what rhymes with
Okay.
neck? Neck, trick, mech, heck.
Speckless. No?
Speckless would work.
Yeah.
But try and find another word for less.
But then, so you do the rhymes, right? You come up with a list of rhymes.
That's
but then,
hard.
like in a poem about Imam Hussein, how are you going to get speckless?
You can't,
Yeah.
You need
can't,
to think of the word, but then you need to make sure it.
Wow. Yeah, no, it
links
is.
back.
Yeah, you're right. Using two words must be
Hectors.
very.
maybe.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Now you're on the right track.
I'm a poet, bro.
You are.
Yeah,
I'm a
Lemon
fraud,
mullah.
man. It's not as hard. It's not hard as it looks. I recite this short bit for you, so with the necklace.
Yeah, Bismillah.
Now look at Salah and the cark upon which your head rests. Look to Muharram and see 1,000,000 red chests.
Okay.
Look around your throat and see his name written on your necklace.
Allah.
The whole world will collapse, but Aba Abdullah is endless.
Endless.
And when they ask why our love for him is so reckless, tell them
Reckless,
it's because Hussain is our oxygen. Hussain is our oxygen. And we're breathless.
MashaAllah. Hella. MashaAllah.
Ahsan.
Ahsan. That was
So
really good.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Definitely
it's hard.
hard.
It's definitely
hard. Yeah.
Because
And
one
to
rhyme
find
is
the
hard
right
enough.
word, that's not just like, why did you put that word in there?
Yeah.
There's got to be a worthy word to fit into something like that.
What's your favorite topic to write poems about?
I'd say Imam Ali.
Really?
You think?
But then the fadail of Imam Ali are endless. Isn't it?
Fadail.
You always think about any of this, like Sayyidah Fatima salamullahi alayha, anyone.
Give me one. Fadail of Imam Ali.
Fadail of Imam Ali.
Oh.
All right. I've got a good one, inshallah. I've got a few actually, but
أفضل صلوات على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل
I
محمد
want something wahwa.
نار تكبير
Allahu Akbar.
نار
Ya
رسالة
Rasulullah.
نار
Ya
هدري
Ali Mawla. Madad.
حسينية
زندابات.
يزيدية.
مردابات.
بلنتن الصلوات.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Practically Pakistani, bro.
we've done this one together, yeah?
Okay.
Remember the hands poem I did,
Yes.
where I mentioned the word hands.
Yeah.
So this is
Hand
is
of God, that one.
Oh, just,
I remember
so
that.
it's that line, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard this. Okay. These were the hands that gripped the two-pronged sword, hands which never killed one man except it was for his Lord. In fact, if anyone stepped before Ali, man's a goner. If anyone stepped before Ali,
Man's
man's a goner.
Gonna.
Sword right through him, man's a donor. Ali was the original hand of God. Don't tell Maradona.
Ahsant.
So there's that hand one, but there's
That was
there's
nice.
this one. This is about the birth of Imam Ali.
Ali Haq.
What I'm about to tell you is all truth, no fable. However, when others hear it, kuffar, they'll have us labeled. Musa was put in a basket, Isa was born in a stable, but Allah turned his own house into Ali's cradle.
MashaAllah. Allah. MashaAllah.
Allah.
Wow.
It's, the content
Allahu
is
Akbar.
infinite. Like you can just keep writing, right? Whenever
And
you
that's the
think,
thing.
Allahu Akbar.
I finished, you've never finished. You
It
haven't
really
even-
is infinite.
It really
Yeah.
is. It really is.
No, because there's so much about Amir al-Mu'mineen. It's not just his fadail, there's stories, there's, things he's famous for, his characteristics, anything you can pick from, anything associated
You
with
can
Amir
add, I'm just
al-Mu'mineen.
thinking of lines that you
You
can
can
add
do
to
a
that.
whole poem on it straight away. He mentioned the Kaaba. I mean, how many lines can you make about the
Lifting
Kaaba
the
and Amir
door of
al-Mu'mineen?
Khaybar, no
There
one
you
else
go.
is able.
Oh,
Write that down.
there you go.
I just like lines coming to my head that could work.
Wow. One thing we
getting
need to
somewhere there.
discuss.
We're getting
'cause
somewhere.
We're getting somewhere there.
We are getting quite well with the challenge, and one thing we need to discuss on this is that, people may believe or not believe, but I personally believe that the Shia Voice played a great part in your career or your journey in poetry. For those who are considering to coming on, what was your experience like on the Shia Voice? Because you were there season 1, wasn't it?
Season 1
Yeah.
feels like ages ago.
Can you remember?
I remember. I don't think you forget something like that. To be honest, the application process, I didn't think I was going to get through because I was in Turkey at the time,
Okay.
in this hotel where Wi-Fi was shocking, and there was a deadline day. And press submit, and wheel of death came up. Tried again, came up again. I was like, I think this is a sign not to submit this video. My wife's like, go down to the lobby and just try one more time, just try. So I did it. Alhamdulillah, I went through.
MashaAllah.
But I didn't know what to expect, right? They called me in. I didn't know what it would be like. I thought it would just be like me standing there in front of a few judges. I recite, and then they let me know later on if I'm through. So even like walking in and you see this crowd, I didn't realize there'd be a crowd until I got there.
No way.
I didn't realize
To be fair,
how
it's the first season as well. Like it's
First
a
season.
brave move.
Can you remember it? I was in Ladbroke Grove. I forgot the name.
It was just behind.
What was it
Grove.
called? The Penta something.
Yeah.
It was I think it was a Rasta church or something like
Pentecostal church
that.
or something,
something like that. We booked the hall.
Yeah, I can picture walking in.
Yeah, do you remember?
I think that's where we first met as well.
Yeah. I was doing all the green screen filming. And I remember you come in. I remember your first round, second round,
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
final.
Fire. He was on fire.
Yeah, you went to the final 3. It was
I got quite far, alhamdulillah.
Fahim, Muhammad Fahim, Sean and Rizwan, and yourself.
myself.
Was that the final trio? Wasn't it?
Yeah, that was up in Islington, I think it was the final we had. The first final.
The first final was in.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
It was Islington.
fire
Angel.
final.
It was
Yeah.
Islington Angel around that area. That was crazy. And I mean, have you watched the other seasons of Shia Voice? Have you seen the other poets?
Watch the other poets, watch other seasons.
What do you
It's
think?
good to see more poets as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
More people reciting. I think that's what's
More people
needed,
to use
right?
that
Like,
platform.
and even if not on Shia Voice, just to inspire the next generation to recite and to do fadail. It doesn't even have to be English. Just serve in some way. And if that's poetry, then
That's at the end of the day what we're
That's
trying to
poetry.
achieve, all of us.
Yeah.
So if your forte is to recite in poetry, reading poetry, then so be it.
but everyone has a talent, right?
Yeah, but I do beg people, I'm going to say this to the camera, if you're going to go down any of these paths, writing poetry or saying, do it properly. Try your best to do it properly. Because I've seen some stuff out there of people who clearly do not care,
Half-hearted.
and it comes off terrible. I'm not judging their skill, but I'm judging their...
No, but you're right. Do you know what?
Like, do it properly.
There's
Look
some
into
people who may not be as well as reciters, but because they're giving 100%, it sounds so much better. You can see the passion, and you can see...
We want to see the quality in you.
Yeah.
You have a passion in it, actually do it properly. Look into it, study it, read a lot of poetry, watch a lot of videos, look at the people before you, like Mohammad Abbas Jaffer, like Nouri, like Tahir, like Haidar Qazzaz. They're the ones that are in our community right now. Look at the poets before them in Urdu, in Arabic, and Farsi. Adapt to that vibe, learn from it. Don't just come out and I say this to everything. Poets, reciters.
If you're going to do anything, you do it to the best of your ability. And especially if you're going to recite about the Ahlul Bayt, you have to do your research. You can't be reciting something that's inaccurate or not true.
I mean, technically, the more research you do, the more content you have for the poet.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
What are some of the mistakes that beginners make in poetry that you feel can be easily resolved?
Firstly, like we've already talked about, it's the syllables.
Pay attention to the
Paying
syllables.
attention to syllables. I think people pay attention to rhymes, and that's good, because I think if it rhymes, then people are more into it.
Yeah.
There is poetry that doesn't rhyme.
Your content has to be fire for that.
Your content has to be solid. Yeah. But if it rhymes, it's so much easier. But I don't think people think about the syllables. When you talk about all these old poets, Wordsworth, Shakespeare, every single line has the same number of syllables. Syllables is incredibly important. And there's like terminology for different lines and how many syllables they have.
Oh,
Like
so science.
pentameter, iambic pentameter, like all of these, where it goes like da-da, 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 rather than an extra da or a one shorter one, like it has to be perfect. So yeah, pay attention to the syllables. If you're going to recite about Ahlul Bayt, do your research, because it needs to be accurate, right? What you were saying, it's important that we're not sharing falsehoods or things that aren't true.
So having said that, okay, so you do your research, you look into, having the history correct, especially when you're talking about the Ahlul Bayt. What's the best way for me, literally for me, to start if I wanted to look into writing poetry?
I don't think it's as hard as you think it is. I think anyone can very easily start writing poetry.
Okay.
And you've given me a challenge in the beginning,
Yes.
so it's my turn to repay the favor.
Ya Allah.
And inshallah, we can write a poem together now.
Yeah.
And I'll show you that
I'm down for it.
It's not difficult. It doesn't need to rhyme, but we can do it very quickly in 3 or 4 minutes.
I'm down for it.
Can we get some pen and paper, please?
That's the answer to my question. I'm down
Production
for it.
team. Yeah?
Let's do it.
You feeling confident, Sukhni?
I'm not, but I want to learn.
I'm quite
It's an
handy.
opportunity,
I'm quite
man.
handy with a pen and paper. I'm gonna lie. I want to go for green because I'm saved.
Subhanallah. I'll go black.
Because of what?
I'm Shia.
MashaAllah. Alright,
Okay, bismillah.
here we go.
Okay, chat to
Which
me.
one is
Okay. So the first thing you need to do is you need to think of a personality that you would like to write about. There's ways we can do this. We can keep it the secret. But I think let's just say who.
Okay.
Who you're
Should we do
right.
the same one? Who
You can announce it, only keep it a secret.
Fine.
Yeah?
All right. I'm thinking someone that we know a lot about. I want to say the Prophet sallallahu alaihi
Allahumma
wasallam.
salli ala Muhammad.
Yeah. So I want to
Okay.
put the Prophet Muhammad
That's me.
sallallahu alaihi
Fine.
wasallam.
So you've got your personality.
Yeah.
You need to think of 3 adjectives to describe them.
That's
So
nice.
I'll give you an example. If I was doing Abul Fadl Abbas, I'd say
Courageous,
strong, brave,
yeah,
courageous,
valiant.
tall. Yeah. So 3 adjectives to describe them.
Put in here. Okay.
They're all heartbreaking. That's the problem.
You picked Imam Hussein.
Okay, I'm getting
Yeah?
through it. Yeah, fine.
Keep having a think.
I want to put another one in just in case one doesn't work right.
Yeah, and this is another because you don't know what's coming. Some of
Yeah.
yours might not work, but we'll go with it, inshallah. For those adjectives, think of a simile. So, for example, with my sentence before, brave
Courageous.
as a lion,
Oh, okay, like that.
strong like a mountain.
Yeah.
So, you've got your adjective.
Yeah.
Can I cheat?
You can cheat.
Using your phone, I'm not.
Don't embarrass myself.
All right. Yeah.
You're putting too much pressure on me now.
It's hard on the spot.
It is hard on the spot.
It's hard on the spot.
Getting difficult.
You got it? Beautiful.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't want to use that word.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to keep the hurma of the. I've got a lot of words coming to mind, but I don't really want to.
You've picked a difficult one.
Okay.
I've picked a very difficult one.
Okay, I've got something along them lines.
Got it?
I've got one.
Yeah, doesn't look like a poem right now, but I'm trying.
And then what you turn this into first person.
Okay.
So I'll recite one just from my head. I am brave like a lion.
Okay.
I am strong like a mountain. I am free like the wind.
Nice. Oh,
Who
that's
am I?
beautiful.
Think about Karbala.
Abu Father.
Free.
Oh,
Like the wind.
Hur.
Yeah. So you can do it where you keep it the secret and you say, I am this, I am this, I am this.
Okay.
Who am I? That's perfect.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a good one. And you can expand it as well, right? You can add more adjectives in. So rather than I am strong like a lion, I am brave like a roaring lion.
Yeah.
So you
Ooh.
can
Oh. Okay.
then you can even add words after. I am brave like a roaring lion. in
We're under
battle.
pressure here, Sukhni, because producer's saying we haven't got enough time, so I'm gonna quickly write what I've got and take it from there.
This is difficult. You know, the problem is when you write about the Ahlul Bayt or someone from the Ahlul Bayt, I feel like I want to give it its haqq. I don't want to use.
Just simple words or just words that come into your head. when
Yeah,
you think about it.
not necessarily the words, just the meaning. I don't want it just to be like, you know.
So if the viewers want to try this, just to write the simple poem, you need to pick a personality.
Personality.
You need to think
do you mean?
of 4 adjectives for that personality. You turn those adjectives into similes, and then you read it as an I am poem. So the example I gave before, I am brave like a roaring lion. I am strong like a towering mountain. I am free like the rushing wind. Who am I?
Okay, I've done mine. I hope you like it. Irshad. I'm generous like the bounties of God. Merciful like a mother's hug. I'm kind like a father, they call me the trustful.
Who am I?
Who am I?
Son.
And that was Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi, as I
Muhammad
mentioned at the beginning. What do you think? Was it on
That's
the?
solid.
Was it good enough? I mean, following your plan and your
Following the structure, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm getting there
you're getting there.
eventually. I'm not sure if I can.
But the idea is it's not. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes long. If you want to start, just start with a very short poem in honor of whichever personality that resonates with
I guess a lot of people do find the pressure that if I write a poem, it has to be X amount of couplets or, at least 5-10 minutes. But what's the reality? How long does a poem need? Because at the end of the day, it's not exactly what you say, but it's the impression you leave on people's hearts. That's important. And that can be done with one sentence or 100, no?
Son. And there's a very famous saying that says, people won't remember the words you say, they'll remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
Allah Akbar.
Right?
All right, you ready for mine?
Okay, here we
Ready
go.
for
Mr.
yours.
Sukhni.
Bismillah.
Let me see if you can clock it.
Okay, you have to guess who this is.
Okay.
I'm generous like a mother's prayer.
Oh,
Subhanallah. I want some subhanallah.
mashallah, mashallah.
Strong like a storm and calm like its silence. Subhanallah. Who am I?
Say it again from the beginning.
I am generous like a mother's prayer.
Generous like a mother.
Strong like a storm and calm
Strong
like its
a
silence.
storm and calm like its silence. Sounds like Amir Mu'minin. No?
I think that applies to all of them, to be
Yeah, it
fair.
does.
But the key word is generosity.
The generous is Imam Hassan.
Oh, Hassan alayhi salam.
Yeah. Kareem al-Ahlul
You have to listen for the key words, right?
Ah.
See, that's why I
Sam
see
boy, see, you
patience.
did it, man.
Patience. Yeah, I was taking my time. You were rushing. Why are you rushing?
You picked Imam Hassan.
Allah.
You know, movie, that's really
Do you know what my
difficult.
first one was?
Who?
Sayyidina Ruqayya alayhi salam.
Salam alaikum.
That's
I was
very difficult.
Salam
Struggling,
Allah.
man.
Yeah.
I was struggling.
But firstly, because she's female, it's hard to think of those adjectives.
Yeah.
She was so young
Indeed.
as well.
Yeah.
You know what? Tonight, I'm gonna get something together. I'm gonna put it on my Instagram. I'm gonna tag you.
Inshallah.
I'm gonna put a little
Tag
story.
me as well.
Huh? I'm gonna tag you as well. That's gonna be
Inshallah.
asking
I'll
my
look
time
forward
for
to that. You
tonight.
know what? Actually, something as well.
I
We
just
both
put
of
up.
us will put something up.
And I think you're ready.
I'm ready.
Like
Let's hear it.
spaghetti.
I'm
Come on,
Like
ready.
spaghetti.
let's
Let's go.
Okay, so
Like spaghetti. Decent.
there's a rhyme
That's-
there, right?
yeah.
You're collabing.
Decent. Getting there.
Okay, so you gave me 4 words. The 4 words you gave me were Imam Hussein TV, Apple, Shia Vibes,
Yeah.
and Chair.
Yes. So say again. So the challenge was write a poem, and your 4 words were
Imam Hussein TV, Apple, Shia Vibes, Chair.
okay.
And I need to put those words into a poem.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
see how you did.
You've given me hard words with which I've grappled.
Oh,
How do I rhyme a word with?
apple.
Apple.
Okay.
In fact, I'm losing all my hair thinking of a rhyme for chair.
Chair. Nice.
It works.
It's,
It
fit in.
works.
It's in there. It's in there.
But it's good to be here on Imam Hussein TV with lovers of Imam Ali.
Not a head.
Ya Ali. I have enjoyed being on Shia Vibes, an experience I remember for the rest of my life.
Oh,
Ahsan.
mashallah.
Ahsan, boys.
Ahsant.
Thank you
And
very
on
much,
that note, thank you very much, Mohammad Abbas Jaffer. You have been an amazing, amazing guest.
Really has.
Any final things you want to say to any of our audience watching? Maybe some advice about poetry, anything you want to tell them at all? Your camera is that one there.
I think if you're keen on writing poetry, just write. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a certain length. It doesn't have to rhyme.
It doesn't have to be good.
It doesn't. It doesn't even have to be
Come on,
good.
bro. What are you encouraging here?
At the beginning,
At
when
the
you started,
beginning.
isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Please.
Just start. Do it with sincerity. Do it for the Ahlul Bayt.
Alhamdulillah.
Just write. And even when you think that I can't write about this personality, the inspiration will come to you. Look, Sukhni just now struggled, and an inspiration came to him. It'll always come. So the key piece of advice is just write, and inshallah, all our a'mal are accepted, and this khidmah is accepted.
Inshallah. Mr. Sukhni, anything for our viewers?
Honestly, I really want them to take part. I want you guys all to take part in this challenge. one, because it's going to encourage me to write better and to look into this a bit more. No, the poetry is an amazing tool, especially when it comes to talking about the stories of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam.
100%.
So I'm really actually looking forward to this. I'm going to start from tonight preparing. So when we do air this, inshallah, I'm going to be ready. And I need to get the right words for this.
Fantastic. My final thoughts are, for those of you who are interested in getting into poetry, make sure you speak to your English teachers, read as much poetry as you can from whatever background it is from, and just write and practice, and inshallah you will get there. And who knows, you might be on the next Shia Voice. Anyway, thank you to all the team here at the Shia Vibes, the director Muhammad Fahad, those in the background staff, Salman Bhai, Muhammad Rada Maash, Amir Raza, the whole team here at Imam Hussein TV 3. Inshallah, you guys keep watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Shia Vibes Podcast. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.